everybody, Card Bandit here. What I'm going to go over is something called the LeArm spread. It got its name based on the fact that it works under the same pressure as the LePaul spread, and a subscriber of mine who's been pretty active in helping me with the content of my channel sort of mentioned the name, and I hadn't developed a name for it yet, and it sort of stuck with me because I like that corny sense of humor. So this is the LeArm spread. Now, it got its origins from actually the Anaconda, where Boneho took the dribble and he made it super long to create the Anaconda, and I wanted to do something similar where I took a move that's well known and then modified it to create something entirely new. So that developed into a pressure move where I used the same pressure as the LePaul spread to shoot the cards over, and then I collect the cards, and that's how that move developed. And then that sort of turned into the fact that you can do a vertical LePaul spread, and so that's the origins of the move. Now, I apologize in advance because this video is going to be pretty long. I went into a lot of detail trying to teach you guys this move so you guys can understand it and perform it well, and the angles were a little bit tricky, so I tried to go into as much detail as I could with the video so that you guys can understand how it works, because I know in the past when I've done like brief descriptions I've got a lot of dislikes because people couldn't figure it out. So I hope this allows you guys to figure out the move, and I hope you enjoy this flourish that I created. Let's get into the LeArm spread. And now let's get into how to do this. Now, if you don't know the LePaul spread, go check out my video and learn this move very, very well. You have to have an even LePaul spread, so the pressure has to be fairly even in order for you to do the LeArm spread. That was horrible. But yeah, there you go. So the pressure has to be even in order for you to do this move, because the cards have to support each other, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a sec. So first I'm going to talk about the positioning of your hand. So this hand that's holding the deck has to be in position for the LePaul spread. So with these four fingers along the one side and the thumb on this side of the deck, ready to apply the pressure. Now this hand is gripped differently than the LePaul spread. In the LePaul spread you have your thumb along parallel with the deck and you sort of drag the cards out. In this case your thumb's at an angle. So the corner that's normally in the crotch of the thumb has to be over top of the crotch of the thumb. So your thumb comes in at an angle like so, and it sort of goes across this side of the card over top of the pip like this. So the pip is actually still showing, but the thumb's gone across the whole portion of the deck like this. Now if you're using your other hand like so, your thumb's going to come across like this. You'll still see the pip, sorry, but it'll just be over top of the thumb, and that's the position you want. Like that. So that's the positioning of your thumb, and then the rest of your hand actually goes and wraps itself around the back portion of your hand. So instead of having your fingers all loose and it being awkward, you're just going to wrap your hand around and grip sort of around this hand that's gripping the deck. Like so. And that's the position you want to be in for the spread, for the LeArm spread. Now, how the pressure works is the same as the LePaul spread. So you're going to shoot the cards over, and how the cards get shot over is by applying a little bit of pressure with your thumb. Now your thumb hand's not moving. This hand's not moving, and what that does is it allows some cards to shoot out at the back as well as the front. So if I split it here, you'll see that there's a place where the cards are being shot out at the back and the front. Now the cards being shot out at the back is because you apply a little bit of pressure here. Those cards shoot out at the back, and what that does is it supports the cards being shot out at the front in order to give you that arc, and so that the cards don't go everywhere. It gives you a little bit of control, a little bit more control over the cards. So you apply a slight amount of pressure. Now to get those cards to move over, if you apply too much pressure with your thumb, the cards won't go over evenly, and you're going to end up bending the cards. So that's what happens if you don't apply a lot. If you apply too much pressure, and if you hardly apply any pressure, the cards are just going to sort of go straight over, and it's going to be a little bit more uncontrolled. So that's why you apply a little bit of pressure in order to get more control over the flourish. So you have it in this position. You actually just perform the LePaul spread pressure with this hand, and you'll see at the back. Now it's a little hard to see what happens at the back there just because the cards are so close, but I'll try and give you a good angle for that. You'll see some of those cards at the back shooting out at the same time. So you see these cards at the back, and they're supporting the cards at the front because you're not moving your thumb. Now to get the cards to angle into this portion of the arm, which is where they're going, it's just going to take a little bit of aiming, but essentially this deck is going to be straight up and down, and you're going to tilt your hands slightly this way. And that's just going to shoot the cards over into this portion of your arm, which is where they'll be held. You could try and get them on the top of the arm itself, but that's very, very risky. So the cards will land in this portion of the arm, right like that. So they actually land in this portion of the arm, and that's just going to take a little bit of practice to get the aim right. So you'll see that the cards are held vertically. I sort of tilt my hand down a little bit to get the cards to move into that position of the arm. Now that's the pressure portion of the LeArm spread, and I just like to do that move personally, but you can also do a display with this move. Now the display works by stopping the LeArm spread. The pressure of the LeArm spread stops about halfway through, and then that'll give you some cards to do the rest of the display with. Now I'll give you a little bit of an exercise to work on that display. So take about half the cards. Okay, your thumb goes on the corner here, your index finger goes all the way along the short edge, like so, and what you're going to do is rotate your wrist up. Sorry. So essentially what you do is you have your thumb gripping this corner at the back, your index finger comes along the whole front edge, you get your thumb into the right position like so for the LeArm spread, like this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pinch, apply some pressure, and then slide your index finger up. So what that'll do is it sort of fans out the cards in an upward semi-fan. So if you can do that, I'd recommend practicing that first before going into the actual LeArm spread, because with the LeArm spread, what's going to happen is the cards are already going to be partially spread out. So you'll see at the back there's a little bit of a spread happening right there. And then what you're going to do is, even though you have a little bit of a spread happening at the back, so you see that there's not a solid corner, you're going to still grip at the back with your thumb and move your hand up. Now, it's a little bit messy there just because I was moving around a little bit, but you're just going to grip the same way and still tilt your hand up. And that'll give you the spread. So like so. Even though those cards are spread, you're just going to pinch at the back with the thumb about in the middle of the spread, still bring your index finger over top and spread the cards by tilting up your wrist. Now personally, I just like to do the pressure move where I shoot the cards over into the arm, but because this portion, like the display, is actually a little bit trickier to do. Just because you have to have this portion in the arm even, which can be tricky like so. You'll see that it's a little uneven there, but you essentially just have to stop the pressure midway to give you enough cards to do a spread. And the spread's not too big, guys. It's not like anything dramatic. It's just a slight spread with your index finger. So, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm sorry about the angles being a little bit bad, but because it's so close to the body, it's hard to get those angles 100% perfect for you guys, because I can't do a first person view just because it's too close to the body. So I hope that actually helped you figure out the move. In terms of the closing, which I almost forgot about, for when you're just doing the pressure move, all you're going to do is continue on with the close all at once, so it's one fluid motion, springing the cards over into the arm, and then I'll continue bringing the hand across as the cards get really low, so it's just one fluid motion. In terms of the display portion, what you're going to do is just display and then bring the cards over again in a similar fashion to square them up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial on this move. It's a fun move to do. I catch myself doing it a lot of the time actually. So once again guys, I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions about this move, feel free to ask those in the comment section below, and I'll catch you later. Thanks guys.